Hi everyone, I'm Buse Carik from the Computer Science Department at Virginia Tech, and today I'm presenting our research on how neurodivergent individuals use large language models, the challenges they face, the workarounds they develop, and their concerns on behalf of my co-authors. So, neurodiversity refers to variations in brain function and behavioral traits that influence how individuals experience the world around them. It's estimated that 15 to 20% of the world population is neurodivergent, with conditions such as autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and social anxiety, among many others. These individuals often face challenges in everyday navigating everyday life, including employment, education, and social interactions. In recent years, LLM-powered tools like ChatGPT have become increasingly popular among neurodivergent individuals for support with daily tasks. This popularity is also highlighted on media. For example, the Wired article discussed how autistic people use ChatGPT for rehearsing communication skills, or another article showed how neurodivergent employees use for workplace communication. Likewise, there's an increasing number of LLM-powered tools specifically related to neurodiversity or designed for neurodivergent users. For instance, the platforms like Goblin Tools helps with task management or interpreting tones. Others have developed custom GPT interfaces to support end users. However, these tools present risks. Previous research shows that LLMs often portray neurodivergent traits as something to fix, which might have negative impacts on these people. Given their growing presence in our daily life, there is a need to investigate and address these risks while leveraging their benefits. Yet, there is a limited understanding of the broader range of LLM use cases, perceptions, challenges, and workarounds within neurodivergent communities. So, our study aims to fill this gap by answering how are neurodivergent individuals using LLMs, what challenges do they encounter, what needs, preferences, hacks, and resources do they share, and what concerns do they have? To answer these questions, we examined 61 Reddit communities where neurodivergent individuals exchange information about different topics, as you can see some of them here. We collected posts, comments, and replies from these communities by filtering keywords such as ChatGPT, AI chatbots, and LLMs, which led us to about 56,000 posts, comments, and replies. We then conduct a thematic analysis of over 1,600 entries coded by three researchers. Our findings revealed five primary thematic areas where LLMs are used: interpersonal communication, emotional well being, mental health support, learning and professional development, and productivity, with 20 specific use cases across these categories. And in this presentation, I will focus on the most prominent findings. For the sake of time, you can refer to the paper for full results. One of the largest use cases for neurodivergent individuals, particularly autistic researchers, is the interpersonal communication. ChatGPT is used as a mediator or translator between neurodivergent and neurotypical communication. Users also turn LLMs to help them with interpreting social situations or explaining the reasons behind people's certain behaviors. Others find it helpful for refining the tone and intention of their replies to avoid misunderstandings. In addition, some Redditors use ChatGPT to generate conversation starters or appropriate responses for hypothetical scenarios that cause distress. Redditors often turn to these tools for emotional support. They use ChatGPT for regulating their emotions or as daily check ins. Others describe using ChatGPT as a talking buddy that they can voice their problems and it patiently listens and cares. Much of this attributed to its perceived non-judgmental nature, as one editor highlighted. It offers the ear of a non-judgmental listener that I have not found in any other person. Redditors also explored ChatGPT for mental health support due to the limitations of traditional therapy, including cost, perceived ineffectiveness, and limited availability of practitioners. For example, one Redditor from ADHD community shared, I turned to ChatGPT as their therapist wasn't available in the moment of stress, and it helped them to recall CBT techniques and work through a short exercise. While some Redditors use it as a personal mental health wiki to access resources about their conditions, others use for coping with negative recurring thoughts by, for example, restructuring these thoughts into more positive perspectives. These tools also support learning by, for example, acting as a personal tutor that can offer an accessible and anxiety free environment for neurodivergent individuals that they can ask countless questions without any worry or frustration. Particularly for dyslexic individuals, these tools can offer accessibility support by helping with parts that they struggle with, like grammar and spelling. Others use AI for brainstorming and creative tasks like developing ideas for writing character profiles or generating narratives and images. For productivity and professional development, AI is seen as a game changer. Individuals with executive dysfunctions find tools like ChatGPT helpful for task management and prioritization as they help with breaking complex tasks into smaller steps. Similarly, AI helps with synthesizing information. For example, for those who struggle with getting organized for studying exams, AI is a tool to create practice tests from lecture slides, notes, and textbooks to save time and effort. Next, I will talk about the challenges, needs, shared hacks, and concerns we identify surrounding large language models. In terms of challenges, neurodivergent users find LLM responses very neurotypical, resulting for these tools to fail to capture their unique thought processes and causing many rounds of prompting and refining responses. When it comes to needs and wants, many Redditors express a desire for multimodal interactions. While dyslexic users are looking for hearing or speaking features, a Redditor with autism mentioned, I have not come across a visual prompt yet, but it will be fascinating to try one out. Others search for different prompts, for example, that can help with organization, planning, or prioritizing tasks. Or tools that can support them in daily tasks, like an app that can help translate what people mean when their sentences are unclear. Meanwhile, some Redditors shared hacks and resources such as prompts or applications that they find useful, like a prompt that can create a personalized ADHD coach, or AI tools that they developed for themselves, like for example, use a method known as a theory of mind to understand your emotions and needs and respond to you appropriately. However, significant concerns emerge, particularly about AI replacing human connections. Redditors worry that some neurodivergent individuals might prefer AI over real humans since it tends to say exactly what you want to hear, which could result in increased isolation. Others express concerns about developing an over-reliance on AI, particularly for human connection and social interaction. A Redditor shared concerns on relying these tools could lead to further atrophy of their social skills. So, our findings show significant challenges and concerns around these tools, particularly due to the lack of neurodivergent perspectives in LLM design. Researchers mention neurotypical biases as also seen in prior research, and these biases causing frustrations and failing these tools to understand or respond to communication preferences of neurodivergent users. In response to these challenges, neurodivergent users search and develop workarounds in the online communities to continue to use these tools. Although this shows the potential benefits, it also stressed the importance of the urgent need for inclusive design practices. And while with this study we try to illuminate some of these issues, there is a need for further research on understanding what constitutes LLMs more neurodivergent friendly. And a key step forward is to work directly with neurodivergent individuals. We hope our findings will inform and encourage future research that collaborates with neurodivergent individuals to design LLMs that reflect their perspectives. And another critical consideration is the consequences of using these tools to bridge the communication gap between neurodivergent and neurotypical individuals. While this process requires effort from both sides, the burden disproportionately falls on neurodivergent individuals. Expectations are often shaped around neurodivergent people conforming to neurotypical communication standards. Our findings show that neurodivergent individuals frequently use LLMs for interpersonal communication support. While LLMs can aid interpersonal communication, when we consider the inherited problems with LLMs, there's a risk that their use may reinforce neurotypical norms further and causing increase in masking efforts among neurodivergent individuals. Therefore, we believe that it is important to consider such implications of these tools and create opportunities for neurodivergent individuals to articulate their needs and preferences. This could support their authentic communication rather than pressuring them to conform to normative expectations. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.